Good morning. I know it's a little bit earlier than... Oh, I'm going to go and put a light on, actually. It's looking a little bit dingy in my room. Bear with. How's that? A little bit less dingy? Yeah, that's a bit better. I did a funny video last night where... I'm still a bit red now, to be fair, because I've just been outside. I found this winter, for some reason, whenever I go out in the cold, my nose turns into, like, Rudolph. And it's happened a little bit this morning, but it's not quite as bad as yesterday. If you go and watch my video yesterday, I look like Rudolph, basically. And I was in two minds about whether to actually record, but then I thought, oh, screw it. I'm not going to let a little bit of self-consciousness stop me from recording, so I did. But yeah, we're on Rudolph today, but you just have to put up with it, I'm afraid. I've just been outside for a little walk. It was quite cold, so that's what happens to my body, unfortunately. I hope you're all doing well and have had a good game week 23 so far. I'm just going to flash up my team so you guys can see how I've gotten on. Let us know in the chat what your week's shaped up like so far in FPL. I'll put my rank in the title because you kind of got it, really. Bit of makeup. Yeah, I need to go and get some, don't I? It is what it is, man. Where is my team? Maybe I can actually, should I change, if I change the contrast on my camera, hang on. No, it still looks like that. Brilliant. What about the saturation? There you go. Look, if it's black and white, you can't see it. That's a little bit more acceptable. We'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that. Here's how I got on. I'll just share my screen. Look at that transition. Ooh. Love it. Here we are. So 58 points so far. A little rise to 45k overall. I've only got, bloody hell, I've only got two players left. Rogers and Mbumo still to play. So what did I do? Well, I sold Haaland. I sold Haaland and got Gakpo in, which obviously has paid off. Just about. With Haaland, I think, getting a goal and an assist. I sold... Who did I sell for Trent? I sold Colwill for Trent. I'm a little bit worried. You can see there, I've got bloody Semenyo on my bench with a 9-pointer. And I've benched Robinson for Aina. And I'm not sure that's worked out very well either. Obviously, I know Bournemouth have been good, right? But could anyone foresee Bournemouth scoring 5 goals against Nottingham Forest? I could not see that. I could not see that happening. Good to see everyone in the chat. Got Nixie, John Ross Patterson, Notion Vids, stay humble. What is that about my nose, is it? Yeah, we get a bit of makeup on. Dazzler, good to see you. Good to see you, Keith. Pratt's 47 points, not too bad at all. Good from Nixie, 61 points is very decent. 70 points for Chris. Yeah, the Ipswich goal kind of was a bit of a dampener, wasn't it? George Russell in the chat, 70 points. Oh, excuse me. Bear with. Tissue time. Oh, sneezing happens to the best of us. There we go. We're back. I missed where I was. Greg's on 57. Setu 54. Rocky had Gakpo. Stay humble starting to work. What's that? What's the stay humble stuff? Would you bring in Mikalenko? Leicester, Liverpool? Not sure. Not sure. What else we got? Just Haaland scored this week. Haaland scored this week when you sold him. Yeah, it is what it is. But I think I always weighed it up. I could take on the chin. Haaland doing well this week, to be fair. Aina got subbed early, so we'll take the early sub. Got Ahmad, Robinson and Munoz on your bench. We'll see what happens, mate. Yeah, Bournemouth are, man, pretty crazy, aren't they, at the moment? I can't believe how good Justin Kluivert's been recently either. He's been absolutely insane. 77 for Cuckoo XD. Rocky was 64 with 3 left. John's on 60. FPL Harry, good to see you, man. Bruno Fernandes has the flu. Is that true? I must admit, I've been a little bit out of action this morning because I've been busy with a few bits. That's why I was originally planning to stream at 10:30, but we got them done early. Oh, fake FPL Harry. All right, okay. I thought it might be. We will do this then. If it's actual FPL Harry, then I'm sorry, bro. How do we do that? Remove. Hang on. Bear with. Hide user on this channel. There you go, bro. Something you can do, by the way, on something you can do on YouTube as a creator, which is quite cool, is you can say hide user on channel, and what that does is it makes someone think that they're leaving comments in your chat because YouTube shows that it's being posted, but no one ever sees them. So that's a little trick. Cheers, guys. I didn't realize that was a fake one. Bruno's not out. There's a guy that Captain Utara was there. That's pretty huge. 3 players left. Robinson, Cash, and Mateta. Yeah, I think you're definitely looking good. I wish I bloody started Robinson now. I wish I bloody started him. Good to see you, Liam. It was good to see you yesterday as well, mate. Take the result. We'll take the result. I hope you had a good day at the game. It was good to meet your friends too. He's done it. Oh my god, he did it on 3 different accounts. Fair enough. 1 in the world, triple Captain Utara. Fair enough. Yeah, just thing is with Kluivert, I mentioned it on the video that I've just made, but bringing him in ahead of playing Liverpool is probably not the best idea. Like game week 24, when Liverpool have a double game week, I think you're best off, if you can get to them, just going for a Liverpool or Everton player. And then just get Kluivert for 26, I reckon. Yeah, oh man, Jacob Greaves, by the way, with a goal. I wonder if my bench, the entire of my bench could return this week. Because Fabianski could score, Robinson could do all right as well, couldn't he? Greg, it was nailed on, wasn't it, that Andy Vyman would score against us? I was in the toilet actually. That's when I went. That's when I went to see Liam. I was in the concourse and I had to ignore Liam originally because I was so desperate for the loo. And then I was stood at the urinal and we heard on the speakers in the toilets that bloody Andreas Vyman scored. You didn't need the detail of me in the toilet, but I thought I'd share it. So yeah, at least I didn't see it in person, right? Benching Kirkes wasn't a good idea. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, in hindsight, it wasn't. But I backed Nottingham Forest to win that game, I've got to say. Shane, joining me for the drive home again. We absolutely love that, mate. We absolutely love that. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I was really surprised that Kuzanov, is that how you pronounce it? Kuzanov started over John Stones for Man City. I thought that was pretty huge. Marmoush did look good. I do think with the injection of him and maybe a couple other players, I imagine they've made their signings now. I do feel like, though, I don't know about you guys, but I do feel like Man City need a midfielder. Because I just don't think Gundogan's got the legs really anymore. I think they need a midfielder. Yeah, I feel sorry for the young kid, to be honest. I think it was a bit much to shove him in like that. He doesn't even speak English, apparently. So yeah, played his debut at home against Chelsea, and he doesn't even speak English, the poor lad. That's quite a lot, isn't it? Got Big Barry in the chat, bloody hell. You can go, Big Barry. Quite happy with City being bad. Grealish the new Sterling. We'll see. Everton defender O'Brien is worth looking at. Fair enough. It's all right, Cortex. We'll deal with it, mate. We'll deal with it. Finally, a clean sheet for Arsenal. Fair enough. Yeah, so I mentioned that. Sorry, I was just a bit distracted by those messages then. I mentioned Arsenal defenders in my recent video. I still think they're one of the best defenders in the league, and I'd probably keep hold of them, to be honest. Should we have a look at the games? I've got a quiz as well, but I'm going to go through the games because I've watched the highlights. I was a little bit busy yesterday. Anyway. Fingon, if that's how you pronounce your name. You are... I remember watching your comment and I was about to reply to it and then something happened, so I couldn't. Allison 2 Pickford is mental, mate. Do not do that. I would not do that, in my opinion. I wouldn't even sell Chris Wood. Genuinely, mate. That just feels mental to me. I wouldn't do it. John, good luck with Daddy Daycare, my friend. Gabriel down to Konate. Yeah, it could work, I guess. I'll talk about my transfer plans in a sec. I actually don't think I'm going to do anything, to be honest. Right, we'll talk about the Bournemouth game then, I guess, haven't we? Hang on. There we go. So yeah, 5-0. Could anyone, honestly, I could not see that coming. A 5-0 win against Forest. It was 5 very convincing goals as well. I actually think, I don't know. I don't think Sells had the best game watching the highlights back. He could have saved 2 or 3 of those goals, in my opinion. So a little bit worried about Sells. But you're allowed bad games, aren't you, I guess? One sort of bad game. Obviously, Utara with the hat-trick, Kluivert with another goal, Semenyo with another bloody goal when he's on my bench, 2 assists for Adams, Tavernier, and another assist for Kluivert. So Kluivert with a goal and assist, Utara with a hat-trick, and Semenyo with another goal. Max bonus obviously went to Utara, Kluivert with 2, Semenyo with 1. Yeah, and Nottingham Forest conceded 5 goals. Mental. Yeah, Murillo had the first bad game I've ever seen him play. I guess you're allowed a bad game from time to time. Everton 1, Brighton 0. Goal for Ndai. Yeah, penalty. Obviously, bloody Dominic Calvert-Lewin got injured, didn't he? Did his hamstring. So I don't think you can't suggest he's going to be fit at all for Game Week 24 for the double. I saw Andy Let's Talk FPL's got DCL, poor bloke. But yeah, goal for Ndai from a penalty. I think if I were to pick an Everton player, there's 2. Well, 3 actually. Yeah, it looked like Pickford should have had an assist. I'd try and watch that. I'm going to try and watch that back and decide for myself. I think there's only 2 players from Everton you could reasonably pick. That's obviously Ndai and Pickford. Outside of that, I don't think you can pick anyone. And to be honest, I think Pickford's one of the best goalkeepers in the game, really. I mean, he's surely right up there in terms of points. He makes saves, keeps a decent amount of clean sheets. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. And obviously David Moyes with the win. And he got the bonus as well, wouldn't he? Because I think Brighton... No, maybe they're not 5 places. Maybe they're not. Liverpool 4, Ipswich 1. 2 goals for Gakpo, goal for Salah, a goal for Szoboszlai. I do feel a little bit bad because I was telling someone I didn't really rate Szoboszlai all that much in the deadline stream. But actually, he's not too bad of an option, I think. For me, my favourite 3 Liverpool, I think 4 actually. Arnie Slot's decent, but he takes up a 3rd Liverpool spot. Salah, Trent and Gakpo are the 3 outside of Arnie Slot that I'd pick. And then I just think Szoboszlai's decent, but I can't justify picking him over someone like Gakpo or Trent. It's just my opinion. Bear with a sec. Going to blow my nose. Mate, I was telling people, genuinely, and this might sound mental, and it's very easy to say that now Gakpo's done something. God, what's this guy doing? Cheers, everyone. I've lost my train of thought with Big Barry now. That's really annoying. Yeah, I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, it was Wood to Gakpo, wasn't it? Yeah, I was saying on my deadline stream, a couple of people suggesting that should they do it, and I was saying no. It's all right, mate, we'll deal with it. And I just thought I didn't like it. I didn't like the Wood to Gakpo move. And yeah, I was telling people not to do it. And in hindsight, yeah, I think it's the right thing. I know Gakpo's come away with 2 goals and an assist, right? But I think making the move this week was just a bit, I don't know. Telling Chris Wood just didn't feel right to me. Didn't feel right. Jackson to Gakpo made sense. I did Haaland to Gakpo, to be fair. Maybe I'm just being silly on Wood to Gakpo, but for me it just didn't make sense to do. And I wouldn't be kicking yourself that you didn't do it, because I think you've gotten unlucky, to be honest. No one could foresee Bournemouth winning 5-0. I just refuse to believe that. Wood for me is a season-long keep with how good he's been. Yeah, that's the thing. And like I always felt a little bit uncomfortable suggesting people. I know I did Haaland to Gakpo, but I always felt a little bit uncomfortable suggesting people make like an early transfer before the double game week to make sure they had players for it, if that makes sense. Because anything could happen, right? And yeah, if you sold like Gabriel for Van Dijk, that seems a little bit... Because I always felt there was a clean sheet there for Arsenal against Wolves. I did always feel there was one. Anyway, Newcastle 3, Southampton 1. Bednarek, I believe, opened the scoring. And then 2 goals for Isak, Tonali. Isak's just absolutely ridiculous at the moment, isn't he? What's his stats like? What's his stats in recent games? He's just absolutely insane, isn't he? So since game week 14, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13 goals in what? 10 game weeks? Mental. He's absolutely killing it. Gordon with an assist. Jacob Murphy was with an assist. Dubravka, by the way, still playing in goal for Newcastle. Not getting all that much attention, but he's not too bad of an option at 4.3 million. But the fixtures do turn a little bit, I guess. But they're not horrendous. Cheers, everyone. So yeah, Isak's just incredible, isn't he, to be honest? And nothing much more to say on that game, to be honest. If anyone else wants to ask a question or say anything about Newcastle, Southampton, they can go right ahead. It's a shame Newcastle didn't keep a clean sheet, though. And yeah, Man City 3, Chelsea 1. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlights, and I couldn't believe that once Kuzanov made his mistakes, that Chelsea just didn't go all in on targeting him. They just weren't ruthless enough, in my opinion. They could have had that game dead and buried in the first half, and they weren't ruthless enough. Foden again, he's absolutely killing it at the moment, isn't he? Guardiola, I always say this about Guardiola. I said it on FPL Raptors podcast as well. I can never write him off because every time I see Guardiola play for Man City, he looks like he can score a goal. He genuinely has a chance to score a goal in every game I watch him play. So he's always there. And if Man City could in any way defend, he'd be the best defender in the game, wouldn't he? With how good he is from an attacking point of view. He's basically playing as an inside forward at times. Assist for Ederson. Haaland assist. Mateus Nunes assist. He's not really working all that well at right back, I don't think. I know he got the assist, but having him at right back is just... I don't know why more teams aren't targeting him, really. And yeah, Phil Foden, he's been on fire recently, hasn't he? Since game week 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacking returns. That's pretty crazy. But he's got Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Spurs, Forest in his next 4. You can't really bring him in, right? You probably keep him, though, if you've got him. And that's it. Those are the games. Would anyone like to do a Game Week 23 quiz? We got 5 quiz questions based on Game Week 23 so far. I'd be very happy to do a quiz. Good to see you, mate. You're a bit late, but it doesn't matter. You've caught the quiz in time for. It sounds like you're not too keen on the quiz this week. Bear with. The Old Trafford regeneration project has been backed by the government from Man United, so it looks like they're going to upgrade Old Trafford. That's pretty cool. Cameron Ross, what's happened, mate? I can't really help you personally, but hobble yourself home, mate. Get yourself cleaned up, that's what I say. Unless you're already at home. All right. Question number 1. Who is the highest scoring player so far in Gameweek 23? FPL Wonder, I sold him this week. I was in two minds about whether I should have done it because I felt he could have performed against Chelsea. But yeah, I sold him. And if I didn't sell him last week, I'd have sold him ahead of 24. So I think Gameweek 24 is the time to get rid. And I'd bring in an Everton or Liverpool player, to be honest. If you don't have Gakpo already, I think Haaland to Gakpo is the way to go. So yeah, who is the highest scoring player in Gameweek 23 so far? Few answers rolling in for that one. By the way, if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave me a like rating and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. That'd be wonderful. The highest scoring player so far is Otara. So well done everyone that said that. You can call him Dango as well. I'm actually not quite sure what he should go as. I've seen some people call him Utara, some people call him Dango. Not entirely sure. But he got 21 points. So, and he was pretty mega. The goal that he scored from the header, his leap was sensational. So yeah, he looks like a pretty good player. All right. Silhouette. It might be relevant for Gameweek 23. Who is that? Watara, thank you. Appreciate that, Cortex, mate. I hope you're doing well, by the way, my friend. Who is that? Seeing the answers roll in. No one's got it right so far, let me say. No one's got it right. It's interesting to see what people think. The answer is... Someone's got it right. The answer is Szoboszlai. So well done, everyone that said Szoboszlai. There's one guy who said Szoboszlai. Nyao. I think is it pronounced Nyao, your name, or Nyao? Well done, man. That's incredible. The Irish guy on YouTube predicted a 4-0 win. That's incredible. You should have had a bet on. Well, even then, he didn't get the result right. He didn't get the score right, but still. I wonder what odds there were on a 5-0 Bournemouth win. So yeah, the answer was Szoboszlai. So well done, everyone that said that. And a sort of linked Liverpool question. How many clean sheets do they have in the Premier League so far this season? How many Premier League clean sheets have Liverpool kept this season so far? Lots of 9s. I like that, Cameron. Cortex was doing his research. Fair enough. I'll rate that. He could be a bargain, Paul, but will he play? That's the question. The answer is it's 9 clean sheets. Well done, everyone that said 9. That's pretty impressive knowledge, actually, if you knew that. They're joint at the moment with Nottingham Forest, both on 9. Huge from Lloyd. Yes, they paid off. I think mine paid off too, just about. They just about paid off. Right, next question. Who is that? Another silhouette. Who is that? Karen, my dad. Paul, I completely get the 75 million thing, but that doesn't mean anything nowadays, I don't think, for Man City. I'll be honest with you. They paid 100 million for Grealish. Greg thinks that's me. Well, I'm flattered. I think we actually, yeah, we could. I could pull that silhouette off, I reckon. If I wore a tight enough t-shirt. Andy, that is the correct answer, mate, but probably not specific enough. Probably not specific enough for me, I'm afraid. I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll give it a few more seconds. Let the answers roll in. All right. The answer. Sorry, I was just checking Twitter then. The answer is Cliver. It was actually Cliver this time. So well done, everyone that said that. Let us know what you're on out of 4 at the moment. It's obviously out of 4. We've had 4 questions so far. You're only allowed one guess per question. One guess per question. That's all. Let us know what you're on out of 4 so far. Uwa's actually doing, 2 out of 4. That sounds like, no offense, mate. It sounds like you're doing better than you usually do by the signs of it. Is anyone actually on 4 out of 4 yet? I think only one person guessed Sabozlai, to be fair. So probably not. Yeah, you got a good player in Marmouche, I reckon. He looks like a disciplined guy as well. As in he's just a good egg in general. He's gonna work hard, I reckon. All right. How many goals have been scored in game week 23? I always ask this question because it's good fun. How many goals have been scored this game week so far? Last question. How many goals have been scored? I can't remember what I said, Lloyd, for you to say half asleep in bed. I've forgotten. Nixie's prepared. He actually counted them before the stream. Apparently. Yeah, I sometimes get this wrong. Although I counted it 3 times before I submitted it, so we should be good. How much would Man City get for Grealish? What? 30, 40 million, I reckon. I reckon Grealish should go for 30. Would you reckon they take 30 for him? It's mental, isn't it? I don't think it's a Grealish problem either, to be honest. I think it's just he doesn't fit the Pep system. I think he should go back to a club like Villa, to be honest. He'd actually, I tell you who Grealish would be good for. I reckon he'd be pretty good for Man United in the current Amorim system. I really do. As that sort of left forward in the Amorim system, I think he'd be pretty good. But he's never going, is he? Let's be honest. There have been 20 goals. I would definitely hold on to Lewis Hall. Fingon, definitely. There have been 20 goals so far. So well done, everyone that said that. Well done, everyone that said that. The question, actually, I wanted to check one thing. Did Cunha play yesterday? Did Cunha play? Yeah, he started, played 90. Fair enough. Fair enough. So I saw Nottingham Forest were in for him. I thought that was a pretty tidy signing for Forest. I think they might be even more tempted to make that move now, given they've just lost 5-0 to Bournemouth. The Forest owner, by the way, is a bit of a loose cannon, but he's pretty keen on his club, isn't he? He's happy to spend the money. Yeah, let us know what you got out of 5 in the quiz. I think Chris Slater is a little bit behind if he's saying Clivert now. Yeah, that challenge on Endo was a bit diabolical. You're right. That was in CISO, wasn't it? And that signing quietly happened for Ipswich, them signing in CISO. That was a bit of a quiet one. Would you sell Gordon to get Mbumo? Probably not. Probably not. I probably wouldn't do that. Probably wouldn't do that. Oh, I'll stop doing the quiz then, Cortex, if it's overrated, mate. Chris is behind. He's just guessed 2 guy now. Moy's got 19 points this week. There you go. That's huge, isn't it? Yeah, clean sheet, 1-0 win. That's rather large. I wouldn't buy Clivert. I wouldn't buy Clivert in 24. I wouldn't do it, I don't think. That's a lot of knee-jerky stuff going in your team there, I reckon, Insane Gamer. João Pedro to Ndai. I actually don't hate that. I think that's a sensible move. I don't mind it. Ahead of the double, I don't mind that. 67 points. That's pretty large. I'm on 58, as you can see. Bottled Raya to Pickford and Pedro to Gakpo. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad, though. I don't think it's that bad. On another day, Gakpo could have got injured, right? And you'd be gutted if he made those moves. Chris Wood to Ndai. I'm not sure I'd do it. For 1 week, maybe, if you had the transfers to do it and get rid of him straight away. But I wouldn't want to hold him long run for the long run. You've done them this morning. Fair enough. Well, I guess it makes sense. Given they've got a double. Who was on 54 points? Chris is waiting to see how Brentford look today. I'm removing Pedro and Foden for either Mbumo and Cunha or Clivert and Wissa. I actually quite like the thought of keeping hold of Foden. 70 with Mbumo, Rogers, Mateta. That's a really good team. Fair enough. I've got Mbumo, Rogers to play, which is quite exciting, actually. Yeah, Mateta for Pedro makes sense. Although I think if you got João Pedro, you might as well go for Ndai for the double. Because they've got Leicester in one of their games. So that's a pretty good one, in my opinion. And like his baseline is 4 points, which is basically an assist. You know? Sort of. Over the last 5, Haaland has roughly the same non-penalty expected goals as Salah and Palmer combined. Yeah. Fair enough. If you want to keep, I got rid, mate. I got rid. Got rid this week. Hate saying target teams. Yeah, absolutely, Andy. Absolutely. Not sure Equilibrium. He looked really good, didn't he, to be fair? But they've got Liverpool up next. But the fixtures do get better from 25 onwards. Good to see you, Alex, my friend. I hope you're doing well, mate. I hope life is doing well for you. Or going good. Would love to see Grealish go to a club where he could be a bargain. Yeah. I think he was worth 100 million. I think he was. He just didn't work out at Man City for whatever reason. Alex, good to see you, mate. How did you get on in Gameweek 23? Let us know. If people didn't know, Alex is like in the top 10 at the moment in the world, which is incredible. Yeah, the Ipswich goal was gutting, mate. It is what it is. It is what it is. You've got to take these on the chin, mate. You've got to take these on the chin. And watching a game, following a game where you want a clean sheet to happen is so painful. You may as well not watch it and just check the score at the end. Especially if you just want a clean sheet out of it. It's so painful trying to wait for a clean sheet to come in. I hate it. I'm considering buying Raya for sells. No. Insane Gamer, that is so knee-jerky. I wouldn't get rid of sells. Who are your differentials, Alex? Bournemouth are incredible, yeah. That's what I'm thinking about, Amateur. I wouldn't rule out Moyes being able to get a result against Liverpool. I wouldn't rule it out. Oh man, Cortex, that's painful. I like it, Alex. I really need Rodgers and Mbumo to do bits for me this week. Moyes is getting nothing. Do you have a plan for Gameweek 29? Yeah, I think I'll probably use my free hit. Or roll a load of transfers, wild card, and then use the transfers to bring in players that I want. I could do something like that, but I'll probably free hit, mate. Gakpo played yesterday. Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah. Oh, in terms of Alex, yeah. Mateta to Ndai? I probably wouldn't do that. I really like Mateta. They do have Bournemouth as one of their doubles, don't they, to Liverpool? I think you've got to back them, but you can't tell me Bournemouth is a good game, to be fair. I never had Saka in Same Gamer. I've not owned Saka once this season. That is true, Amateur. I could well do that. I don't, if I just look at my team for Game Week 24 a second. That is a very good point. I look at my team for 24, and I don't actually think I need to make a transfer, really. I'm tripled up on Liverpool. I've got a really close call between starting Semenyo or Rodgers. That's painful. Yeah, I don't think I need to make a move, to be honest. I don't think I need to do anything there. Terry, I'm not sure about that. Not for me. I think if you're using your assistant manager in 24, you've got to put it on someone that doubles. I think you're opening yourself up to a bit more opportunity for fortune on your assistant manager if you've got 2 games to use it for. So I would definitely use it on Moyes instead of Iraola, I reckon. Thoughts on Marmoush? Look really good. Again, I just don't know why you'd pick him. Just right now, I don't know why you'd go for him, but I've got my eye on him. It's too early, really, in my opinion. I think so, Rat Dog. Not thinking too much into it. I think Gakpo is he scored 2 goals and got an assist, mate. You can't tell me, based on 2 goals and an assist, that Diaz is favoured over Gakpo. I'm not sure you can say that. Yeah, I think I'd still triple captain Salah. I think I would. The triple captain is also... I don't think it's all that special of a chip. I don't think it's all that powerful. And I don't know about you guys. In previous seasons, whenever I've used it, it's never really worked out. So I just get it used. If you've got an opportunity to use it, just drop it, I reckon. Just get it done. Utara looked good, or Watara looked good. Yeah, he was decent. Liam, I like that move, mate. Gordon for Clivert, move Raul to Gakpo. Yeah, I don't hate it. The thing is, though, you're buying Clivert ahead of playing Liverpool. It could well do, Cortex. It could well do. He'd probably play against his old club, to be fair, wouldn't he? I would agree with that, FPL Amateur. The top 11 in the world all have Gakpo. There you go. Well, Daryl Smith. Alex is one of them. Alex, I can try and pronounce his surname then. Alex in the chat, you can see there as the member. As he's 10th, I think. It could be Lloyd, but when you say they're strong defences, they're not that good. Check the Bristol City Twitter. Am I on it, am I? Oh, Fally's gone. Let's go. That's good. We like that. Good for him. He deserves a loan move. He hasn't really showed anything so far. So I rate the loan. I wouldn't do anything. with that, Greg. Best differential for Game Week 24. There probably isn't one, mate, to be honest. There probably isn't one. Maybe using the assistant manager on David Moyes. But other than that, we all know the best players from the best teams for 24, really. Do you know what I mean? Like the best 3 Liverpool players are Gakpo, Trent and Salah. The only 2 pickable Everton players are Ndai and Pickford. And if you pick an Everton player that isn't one of those 2, I think you're taking too big of a risk, in my opinion, to even call it a punt. Other than David Moyes as well as an assistant manager. Szoboszlai could be decent, but I just don't see why you'd pick Szoboszlai over Trent or Gakpo. Do you know what I mean? It's just my opinion, though. Fernandez is a really tricky player at the moment, isn't he? Because you'd be loath to. It's really hard to get rid of him with the upside that he has. Yeah, fair enough, Andy. I would say actually, I'd probably go back on my word that I said. I'm not afraid to change my opinion. Where I said I think Trent's probably better than Szoboszlai. Possibly not. Possibly Szoboszlai is better than Trent. Iraola, best assistant manager. I'm not sure. Is Kluivert worth another free transfer over? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Danny boy. Which two do I get for Game Week 25? Wissa and Mbumo. Kluivert and Mbumo for me. It depends who your forwards are, though. I don't mind Wissa. Please play one of Ahmad Rogers and one of Robinson or Hall. Too early to say that, mate. Ahmad and Rogers haven't played yet, so it's impossible to say. And Mbumo and Rogers are going to hurt. Yeah, I'm quite happy to have both of them, to be honest with you. Not getting carried away, but I think it's good to have both of them. Thomas Frank could be decent, yeah. Alex has 2 Man United players. You're 10th overall and have 2 Man United players. That's crazy. You're a crazy man. Hopefully, Liverpool can get 2 clean sheets. I don't think they will. I think they get 1. Bear with, I'm just going to sneeze again. Is the Forest defence still okay? Well, they kept 9 clean sheets this season so far. I'd give them a couple more weeks. If they look terrible for another couple of weeks, then it may be time to hop off. But I'd give them a chance. I have Sarr thinking of waiting until game week 25 to swap him out for Kluivert. Yeah, you can't. It's really hard for me to tell someone to buy Kluivert ahead of playing Liverpool. That's just my thoughts. Thank you, Nate. Fair enough, Alex. Well, Jim, benching Rodgers for Wood, I don't know. I'd still do that in hindsight, to be honest, mate. Even if Rodgers does well this week, I would do it all over again, personally. I don't think anyone could have seen Bournemouth winning that game 5-0. So I'd make that move all over again. What's the average for a defender split? I can't really make sense of that, Andy, I'm afraid. Yeah, I probably would, like I said, I just wouldn't go for Kluivert ahead of 24, but for 25 onward, he's great. Gordon to Mbumo or hold? I'd probably hold him. I wouldn't do the sideways move. I'd buy Mbumo ahead of Gordon, but I wouldn't make the transfer. I think Fingon, you're looking for transfers that you shouldn't make in your team. That's what I'm saying. You're looking at knee-jerky transfers you shouldn't make. By the way, I haven't asked this many times. See how many likes we're on a sec. How many likes are we on? I haven't done this on this stream yet. How many likes we got? Because we got 205 people watching at the moment, which I'm very grateful for. We're on 44 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes on stream. Give us a like rating. It really helps boost the stream and the algorithm so more people can see it. That's all I ask. It's completely free. If you're enjoying the stream and my terrible FPL chat, please leave a like rating. And all you need to do to talk to me in the chat is click subscribe. I do my best to respond to most messages. Sometimes I don't catch them, but I think I'm pretty good. I wouldn't get a... Mikalenko to Lewis. Lewis to Mikalenko, I don't know. Maybe. Raya to Pickford. I think I would target players from Gameweek 25, especially if you. I just think it makes sense long term. Unless you're planning to use like a wild card or free hit very, very soon, I'd make longer term transfers, in my opinion. Everyone's so lucky picking Gakpo. I wouldn't call it luck, mate. I think he played Ipswich at home. You can't tell me buying Gakpo ahead of Ipswich at home and him doing okay is luck. I don't think you can say that. Yeah, I think Liverpool are gonna have a hard time keeping a couple of clean sheets, definitely. When are you thinking of using your wild card? I've got to say, I'm still really fast and loose about my chip strategy. I have no idea. And I know it sounds unprofessional as an FPL content creator to say, I don't know when I'm going to use my chips, but I really don't know when I'm going to use my chips. I don't. I really don't. I think at the moment, with how crazy things are, the fact we don't know who progresses in the cups just yet, I think you have to remain flexible right now. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Andy. You just got to hold him, haven't you? Yeah, Jim. I think that move makes sense because selling Gordon allows you to upgrade elsewhere. And I think the combination of Cliver and Gakpo are better than Gordon and Pedro. And also, Pedro's terrible, I think. Abduriziak, is that how you say it? New subscriber. Thank you, my friend. Watara and Ndai, yeah, we'll see on that one. On 4 free transfers, Ndai this week. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think if you can just do one transfer to get him in and one transfer to get him out, I don't really hate that. I think that works. Yeah, Jackson to Gakpo made sense. Honestly, though, I don't know. Watching that Man City game, if Kuzanov was actually targeted like Chelsea should have done, I think I think Jackson could have come away with something more than he did. But I'm sure you're glad to get rid of him. It's a peaceful time to not have Nicholas Jackson in your team, I would guess. Wildcard 30, fair enough. What's better, Mbumo and Gordon, Pickford or Sarr, Mbumo and Allison? Oh, sorry, Mbumo, Gordon, Pickford, Sarr, Mbumo, Allison. For me, Mbumo, Gordon, Pickford's better. I don't think there's a whole lot to separate Allison and Pickford. That's probably... Some people might find that controversial, but that's my opinion. Absolutely, Mr. Worldwide. It's not an easy game for Liverpool, that one. Amazing fixtures. Absolutely, Justin. I would probably get rid of Ashley Young. Unless you can bench him, but I'd probably get rid of him, to be honest. Yeah, that's a real chance with Kanate, although I do think he's worth the risk if you were to ask me. Yeah, absolutely, Christian. It's fine margins. That's Jackson in a nutshell, though, isn't it? Yeah, I still feel the same about Szoboszlai. I know he got... oh, man. Don't talk to me about Onana, bro. Don't talk to me about Onana. What else? I was reading a message. Yeah, Szoboszlai. I was telling someone not to bring in Szoboszlai on the deadline stream, and he bloody scores and gets an assist. But I just think there's 3 Liverpool assets better than him that you should have instead. Well, Z4YD, I wouldn't be really confused about a transfer for Game Week 25. I just let things play out, mate. See what happens. You might have your decision made for you with one of those players getting injured. It wouldn't surprise me with his injury record if Kanate picks something up in Game Week 24, to be honest with you. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Absolutely, Nate. He didn't have a very good game, to be honest, I don't think, against... he didn't have a very good game against Bournemouth. Would you use David Moyes as assistant manager? Right, this might be a controversial one, but if I was actually using my assistant manager next week, I would use it on David Moyes over Slot. Not because I think he's better, just because I think, well, Slot takes up a Liverpool slot, doesn't he? Slot taking up a slot. So I would go for Moyes if I was going to use it, I think. I would go for Moyes. Who is worse, Onana or Sanchez? I think Sanchez. Onana at times has actually saved Man United. So he's just, yeah, is what it is. That's a good point on the home games, to be fair. That's a good point on the home games. And there's more upside, definitely. If he gets a result out of Liverpool, there's some bonus points on there, definitely. Oh, sorry. Sanchez to Pickford is locked. Not sure what the other transfer should be. I just wouldn't make another transfer, mate. Just do Sanchez to Pickford. That's all you need to do. Hey, not everyone can make the selfie, Cortex. You'll be in the next one, man. Everton should beat Leicester. I agree, Mr. Worldwide. I agree. I think that's what I'm going to do, Alex. I agree. I agree. I think I'm going to do something like that. Yes, definitely Crown. I think getting in a Bournemouth asset ahead of Gameweek 25 is the way to go. Definitely. I'm a little bit torn as to what to do with my team from Gameweek 25 onwards. I won't lie to you. But right now, I'm not thinking about that too much. Not thinking about that too much. Not big. I'm not big on Alisson, mate. I'm just not big on him, to be honest. I think Pickford's better than Alisson. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'd also rather hold Pickford long term as well. That sounds mad, I know. I'd go Clivert, I think, because he just has the pens. And it's recency bias that's putting you towards Ouattara as well. Because when you look at his stats this season, I mean, come on. Actually, he's a bench option though, isn't he, mainly? Stats are pretty good. 0.63 per 90 is pretty dangerous, to be fair, when he does play. I'll likely keep hold of them for a bit longer, Alex. I think Aina could go, to be fair, at some point, just with the amount of value I've accumulated in him. I've owned Aina since he was like 4.6 million. And now he's up to, what, 5.4? So what's his selling price for me? What can I sell Aina for? 4.9. That's poor, isn't it? He's 5.4 million and I can only sell him for 4.5, 4.9. Isn't that shocking? But yeah, I'll probably definitely keep hold of sales. Let's just go back to my live rank. I'll stay live until about 11:15 if that's all right. We'll go for another half an hour. I've got to wrap a present for my mum. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow, so I'm taking her out for lunch today. So I'm going to go. I need to head off to sort that out. And I bought her a card and a little present to give her. So I need to sort that before I go. I believe you, Alex. I think I have been a little bit, to be fair, every return, every attacking return that Aina's gotten, he's been on my bench for, I think. It's not belated, Cortex. Her birthday's tomorrow. Start Colwill. I wouldn't start Colwill, mate. I'd get rid of Colwill if I had him. I got the gift with 12k subs. I'll let her know. I'm not sure she really cares all that much, to be honest. She's not very IT literate, really. So it's just, she doesn't really understand it, to be honest. Fair enough, Cortex. Belated means you've said it late. So belated means it's after someone's birthday. You're wishing them happy birthday after the day itself. That's what it means. I appreciate that you're from Algeria, man. So yeah, that's what belated means. Yeah, I think Mateta could do well. Alisson's, yeah, Bournemouth defenders could come in for me as well, Andy, I think, if they continue to play as well as they have. If you were to sell one from Rodgers or Sarr, who would you sell? Definitely Sarr. I'd keep Rodgers all season long. All season long. I would not get rid of Rodgers. For Game Week 25, should I do Wood to Wissa and Gordon to Mbumo? Or should I do Sarr to Ouattara and Gordon to Mbumo? Oh, mate, I would not think too much about Game Week 25 right now. There's so much time between now and Game. It's almost a month between now and Game Week 25. I would not. It's too far for me to think, mate, I think. That's huge from you, Freddie. Absolutely huge from you. Seb, I don't think you're a grumpy old man. I kind of agree with that, to be honest. It would mean I'm on substantially less points, but I would kind of agree with you there. My pleasure, Cortex. What is the first language of Algeria, by the way? Do you guys speak French, or is it Arabic? Or is it another language entirely? Who would have thought Greece? Well, I certainly didn't. Start Colwell or Timber, but I'm guessing you say, yeah, Timber all day. Timber all day. Arabic/French. Fair play, man. Well, if you speak 2 languages, you're allowed to say belated. That's absolutely well. You speak 3 languages, actually. Cotton Eye Joe, where did you come from, mate? The puppy was a while ago, to be fair, and now I just get a red nose. I could choose to be self-conscious about it, mate, and not do any YouTube stuff and put myself on camera, or I could just get over it and do it. That's what I've chosen to do. If I were to pick between Whisserin and Boomo, who do you think I should go for? I don't think that's pretty mad one, really. That's not a decision you should make. In my mind, they're about the same, and it's the player you'd most want to sell because they're in different positions. Huge Cortex. You should definitely use those skills, mate. My mum especially loves going on holiday to Tunisia. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I'm just going to go and grab a tissue if that's all right. Won't be a sec. Oh, Chris, you should give us a shout, mate, if you want to meet up. Me and Liam are friends now at Bristol City. We meet up occasionally before games, see each other in the concourse. Just give us a shout. Oh, no, that was me blowing my nose, by the way. That wasn't me farting. That was me blowing my nose. I'm not even going to react to that one, because that was definitely me blowing my nose. 227 in 73 likes. Yeah, I blow my nose quite loudly. That's why I go on mute whenever I do it, because it's a bit suspect. I've got a proper dad nose blow. How many likes are we on? Let's have a look. 73. We got 232 people on. Give us a like. Swimmer nose, indeed, mate. It doesn't really work to breathe through after a swim, I'll be honest. How about a vacation to Nepal? I'm lining up a few places to visit over the next couple of years. I think I've decided on an African holiday this summer. So I really want to do a safari of some description, and I want to go to the pyramids because I went to Egypt last year but didn't see the pyramids. So I'm looking at doing that, and then I might book it today. Actually, I want to go to Florence, so I'm going to book that hopefully this afternoon for the March international break. Paul, I'm doing very well, mate. I hope you are too. I hope things aren't too hot in Cape Town. I remember you saying it was meant to be really hot yesterday. BFPL, good to see you. Come to Kenya. That's one of the options. It's either Kenya or South Africa to do the safari. Yeah, Christopher, I don't know. I just want to do one day in Cairo, to be honest. Maybe a couple of days. Go to the pyramids, experience the city a bit, go to the museum, and then that's all I really want to do. Yeah, I'm really keen on Florence. I can't fly directly to Florence from my local airport, so I have to go via Pisa. So, yeah. Cortex loves a Kenyan woman. Wow. Bro, why are you going to Tunisia then, mate? Yeah, I do want to visit Cape Town, to be fair. It does look pretty good. Hi, could you... I think you need to update your app if you haven't done already. Jay, I went to Rome in August last year and it was brilliant. But I wouldn't go in August because it was really hot. I wouldn't recommend going in August. I definitely can. Nepal is one of the places I want to go. Definitely, mate. I definitely want to go to Nepal. I want to go to Australia too. Exactly, Greg. That was my thinking. Just go on the way home. I want to go to Japan as well. Loads of places I want to go. Isn't I'd recommend going to Rome in springtime or autumn time would be my recommendation. August is so hot. It was 38 degrees every day, which makes it really difficult to walk around. I did 2 days of hardcore walking around, and I had a day off basically because I was so knackered from all the heat and walking around. So I'd recommend going in like spring, even winter, right? Winter's never going to be that bad, but I'd probably go in spring or autumn. So like April or October. Come to Goa. I just went on my own, mate, yeah. I do quite a bit of solo travel. Thank you, Gareth Gaming. Exactly. Try and time it outside of European school holidays would be my recommendation. Come to Iraq. I am not sure. I think I might have to do something with the... I'm not sure you can go to Iraq without informing the government here in the UK. I'm not sure how that works. I know Cortex lives in Algeria. The borders in... visa situation in Algeria is really tough. I don't think you can just rock up and get into Algeria. I've never been to... to be honest, mate, this might sound really negative, but I have no intention of ever really going to Los Angeles. It doesn't really interest me that much. I went to Barcelona was the first place I went solo. It was amazing. And I went to Berlin with a mate. That was really good. Barcelona and Berlin are definitely two of my favourite cities, mate. And travelling on your own is absolutely fine as well. If you want to meet people, you just go to a hostel, rock up to a bar and pretend you're staying there and people chat to you. What else? And you can just go and see whatever you want as well. And yeah, I went to the new camp just before they did the renovation. So I was one of the final people to see the old new camp. I also went to Amsterdam. I've been to Amsterdam. That was good. Let's talk about FPL. Bro, I've been live for an hour talking about FPL. I'm allowed to do a little bit of other chat. Yeah, I agree, Cortex. That's why I have no intention of going. I may have ventured to a cafe or two, Jay. I can't talk about that too much on YouTube, but I may have gone to a cafe or two. What's your name thought so far? What does that mean, mate? You've asked me a question that I can't make sense of, I'm afraid, bro. Hey man, when you go to if you go to Amsterdam and you don't go to a cafe, you're kind of missing out on one of the key parts of Amsterdam, right? Exactly, Gareth Gaming. Exactly. Good luck wrestling a kangaroo. I want to go to I definitely do want to visit Australia. Cursed Epic, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Oh, Yiftak, I don't actually... So, I really want to go to Bethlehem, and I don't know if that's... I think it's probably a little bit silly to go there right now, to be honest. But I'd really like to go there. But is Bethlehem actually in Israel? That's just... I'm not going to get political. This is just a geography question. Is Bethlehem actually in Israel? Because I'd love to go there. My parents have been there, went to see the birthplace of Jesus. It looked amazing. I really want to go. Fantasy Premier League Player of the Year is probably Rodgers, mate, in terms of value for me. Go to Nepal. Yeah, we got a few subscribers in here from Nepal, to be fair. Nepal? It's Nepal, isn't it? I should probably say Nepal. I would love to go to Mount Everest, but the thing is with Everest is people pass away. I'm not going to use that word. They pass away in the queue to get to the summit. That's the scenario that could happen to you on Everest. So the climb itself is, I think I could train myself to do the climb, but the risky thing is queuing at the summit and getting caught in a storm. And the idea of getting caught in a queue to see the summit and losing your life in the queue, that's genuinely what happened. It's really awful. Should I sell Foden to Son? No, don't sell Foden. Definitely don't. Never end in peace and love. We like that. It certainly looks a bit like that, Jay, I must say. Come to Morocco. It's the most... Yeah, I want to do surfing in Morocco. I've been told if I want to learn how to surf, I've got to go to Morocco. Yeah, I've been to all those museums, Andy. I didn't actually go to the Anne Frank one, but I visited all the other museums and tourist attractions. I'll say that much. There's some interesting shows in Amsterdam, let me tell you. You go into some buildings and there's an interesting show going on. Bro, should I sell Trossard? Probably, yeah. Ahead of the double, I'd probably get rid of Trossard. Has anyone else seen one of the interesting shows in Amsterdam? Maybe, Nate. Maybe I did. Yep, that's the show I'm talking about, Jay. I'm not going to say it myself, but I'll confirm that's the show I'm talking about. What did you make of the Arsenal red card? I didn't talk about that, did I, when we went through the Arsenal game? Absolutely terrible decision. I don't think it was a red. I get that, but it's just my opinion. I'm not saying this just to be annoying and offend you. You can curse Epic. I think you need to update the app. I don't see the point in going just to do base camp. I've got to say. It's just my opinion. I'm not sure I'm interested in just going to base camp. I'd want to get to the top. If I was going to visit a mountain, I'd want to get to the top. Definitely, Jim. Especially ahead of Clivert about to play Liverpool. I don't understand what your comment says there, Andy. Oh, the Anne Frank house. I get that one. The other one about Timber, I don't understand, I'm afraid. They do. So that's why you bring him in for Game Week 25, I think. You just, no point bringing him in early. Yeah, in die for Everton makes sense, I think. I would agree with Alex. No, Alex, I haven't, mate. I haven't decided. I'm still a bit fast and loose on it, really. The more I think about using it in 24, the more I'm just a bit turned off by it, to be honest. Well, I don't think anyone knows how bad the DCL injury is, but if he's done a hamstring, which is what people seem to think he's done, I think he's out for 2 weeks to a month. That's how long a hamstring strain is. And if it's more than a strain, he's going to be out for a long time. So I don't think he features at all in Game Week 24. So you have to go for Ndiaye if you go for an Everton player. It's Ndiaye or Pickford. Cortex, I imagine you've already used your triple captain if you're asking that. No, because I've used mine on Haaland who got a hat-trick. So I'm indifferent. I'm happy. I've already used my triple captain, and I'm not sure about using my assistant manager. Oh, God, I wouldn't play better, mate. I don't really think it makes much of a difference to Everton, if I'm completely honest with you. Is Alisson, Trent, and Salah still decent for the double? Yes, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I used it on Haaland v Southampton. Well, that's just unlucky. That's unlucky. I think Kulusevski is the best Spurs asset, if you're to ask me. Greg, got to go. I've got to go in a minute as well. I'm going to go away from my FPL team. I think I've spoken about every single possible topic there is in FPL now. So I'm going to, if you want to have some random chat, feel free. I'll be on for another 10 and then we're going to shoot off if that's all right. Go and see me mum, take her out for lunch. Yeah, Liam, I'm going to take my mum for a birthday lunch. Go home, see my family quick, watch a bit of footy, make a video when I get back to Bristol. I will do my Ultimate Guide video, and then we'll do a reaction stream when the final game finishes. I can't really say what I do for a job, I'm afraid, Daryl. I quite like to keep that private from stream, if that's all right. Outside of FPL, I'm a swimmer, so I do that, which involves going to the gym quite a lot. So that's probably my other hobby as well. I do that competitively. I've got a competition coming up in about a month's time that I'm training for. Oh, yes, and I like cars as well. I like cars. Big into cars. Best stroke. I am a freestyler, mate. So front crawl to non-swimmers. Would you triple captain Salah? Yeah, I think so. Just get it done. I think the triple captain, you can get so hung up over the best week to use it, and it's one of the most overrated chips, I think. Yeah, I agree. Cortex is great, isn't it? I'm so glad he started that for himself. Cortex, I'll be honest, I don't think I have the opportunity to. My life for a vlog is not interesting enough during the week because I just work. So I have a full-time job, whereas Andy doesn't work full-time. So I'd imagine he has more spare time than me. And I've already got a second channel where I'm teaching people how to make YouTube videos. So I just don't think that would work for me. You just see me sat at my desk working 5 days a week. And if I were to vlog at swimming, I think it would be inappropriate to bring a camera into a swimming pool as well. I just don't think people would be comfortable with that. So, yeah. That's really good for Media and Lek. But when I go to Florence, I will definitely do a couple of FPL live streams from Florence if anyone fancies that. You wouldn't mind a gym vlog? Yeah, but again, my gym is a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit small and personal. So I wouldn't be uncomfortable if it was a bigger gym taking a camera in, but if it was bigger. But my own gym, I don't know, it just doesn't feel appropriate to go in there and start vlogging. I want to do that, Don Pepe, definitely. That's why I want to come to Australia. That's why I want to come. Absolutely, Cortex. I just want to go to the gym and lift some weights, mate, and get stronger and bigger. That's all I want to do. I don't want to film it. Exactly. And I don't know. Yeah, I just prefer to get my workout in. You too, Alex, mate. I'm not going to pray for a Fernandes goal. No offence, but because I don't own him in FPL, I'm just going to pray for Man United to win. Favourite player of all time? He was at one point. I don't really have a favourite player of all time. The favourite footballer from when I was a child was Cristiano Ronaldo at Man United. But right now, because of what happened to him at Man United and the fact that I don't really like him all that much anymore, I don't really think I have a favourite. I don't really think I have a favourite footballer of all time. Well, who are you? Who is your guy's favourite footballer of all time? That's what I'm trying to get at. Andy, I like my coffee, I like my gelato, and I like my pasta, definitely. I think we're blowing up, Cortex. We're at 12,000 subscribers this week. How good's that? YouTube is just a grind, man, and I'm totally here for it. I don't mean to it sounds really I don't want this to sound arrogant, but as a child it's absolutely fine to like idolize a player, right? But as when you get older as an adult, I feel a little bit weird like idolizing a football player because I'm older than some of these players now. So to have like one that I just doesn't feel right. It might be a controversial thing to say, but so I don't really. Feels a bit weird to say that. I appreciate their skills as footballers and stuff, but that's kind of how I feel. I also did really used to like Michael Owen when I was younger as well. Don't ask me why. Hopefully, Adam. Hopefully you get a Florence steak. I will definitely get a Florence steak, mate, now you've mentioned that. Paul McGrath, Villa number 5. Like it. Sold Gibbs White for Clivert. Nice. What a move that was. That worked out, didn't it? I love Lampard. Lampard was quite likeable, wasn't he, to be fair? Even as a Man United fan, I quite like Lampard. Who was better out of Lampard and Gerrard, though? That's the big question. That's the big football question, that, isn't it? When I was younger, because I hated Liverpool so much, I would have said Lampard, but I do actually think Gerrard was a more well-rounded player. Yeah, 8 likes to get to 100. Come on, we got 177 people in here. I reckon we can get to 100 likes. Kerstepping, I got no idea, mate. Sorry. I would not get Nwaneri in, Harry. I wouldn't do that. Nwaneri's not a pickable FPL option. Lampard is your guy. But I feel like if Gerrard played the same position as Lampard, he would have also scored 20 goals a season. It was just a case that he sometimes played a bit deeper, really. Why not this week with Arnie Slot? Well, I've already got 3 Liverpool players, mate. You don't need to spam the chat. I've got 3 Liverpool players. I agree. I agree with Gerrard. He could fit in any team. It's just a shame they couldn't play together for bloody England, could they? Lampard could stay on his feet. Poor Steven Gerrard, eh? Would to die worth a punt? Yeah, maybe it is, actually. Maybe it is. For 1 week, maybe. It just all depends on your future plans. Like, if doing that completely bottles you out of making other moves, I wouldn't do it. Bottles is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Blocks you from doing other moves, I definitely wouldn't do it. Yeah, I've got Mbumo over Gordon. I brought in Mbumo ahead of Gordon for Gameweek 23. I rate it. Absolutely rate it. Akshay has got Trent, Allison and Mo. Great. Well done. Oh, Cortex. Bruno to Mbumo is so close, isn't it? Because you know Bruno's decent, but it's just whether he's... Sorry. Mbumo's probably better than Bruno, but it's just whether he's that much better that it's worth the transfer. That's a really painful one to be thinking about, isn't it? See how he gets on today, mate. See how he gets on today. Oh, he's got Ouattara on his bench. F in the chat for Chess Econ. F's in the chat. Is that what you say for unlucky to someone? Or is it L in the chat? I don't know. One of the two. Something in the chat for Chess Econ. Someone will know what the correct key is. I don't think I would, Larry. I don't think I would. Time to sell Palmer? Not for me, mate. Not for me. F in the chat for Chess Econ. F in the chat for Chess Econ. Do an F or an L, I guess. Semenyo's punishing sellers. Let's talk about Semenyo a second. He's on my bloody bench. I still got 184 people in here. Wow. I'm just chatting rubbish now. I appreciate you sticking around. Yeah, I think Wiss's going to do well. I'd probably keep Raya, to be honest. Yeah, Fabianski's going to keep a clean sheet, isn't he? I don't think so, actually. I wouldn't do that. I'd stick with what you got. Stick with what you got. Man like Kisaki, that's exactly what I'm thinking, mate. And I won't be, mate. The lunch is at 1, so got a bit of time. What was I going to say? I think if I was picking an assistant manager, this week, I would go for David Moyes over Slot, because Slot also takes up another Liverpool slot. You know, Slot taking up slots. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in a sec if that's all right. Chess Econ. The best thing that could come out of it is you getting a viral tweet for tweeting your bench. So I reckon you should do that and then try and get some followers on Twitter. That's the best thing that could come out of it. Oh, I can't even duck out of the way of the camera to wipe my nose now. There you go. You've seen that on stream. I think Kluivert's better than Semenyo. Although I don't think I'm going to sell Semenyo to get Kluivert. Right, I'm going to go now, guys, if that's all right. It's been an absolute pleasure. I wish you all the best for the games on Sunday. I'll have a video and a live stream coming out tonight after the final game. So I'll see you then. Have a good day, everyone.